Hi everybody! Have you been noticing lots of maths around you? Have you been thinking about area? Do you remember last time we talked about squares being the perfect shape for measuring area? Well, I've made a robot and my son has made another robot, and I'm going to have a look at whether they're as big as each other. He says his is bigger, but I don't know. I think mine is bigger. I think mine is taller. I'm going to have a look. I'm going to finish tracing the outside shape. As you can see here, there's one robot and I've traced the outside shape so that I've got a 2D shape. So I'm just going to trace the outside of my 2D shape so that I've got an outline and I can see where the inside is and the outside. Almost done. And there's his head and finished. Alright, as you can see, both of them are totally different shapes. One's got a neck. This one seems very tall. My goodness, maybe it's the bigger one. Alright, let's have a look. I have got some little shapes that I've cut out, some squares, of course, because we found out that squares are the perfect shape for measuring the same all the time. We really need consistency when we're measuring things. Consistency means the same over and over again. So that's my unit that I'm going to use. Alright, so I'm going to place those on here. I'm going to pause the video so that I can put them all out. Hi everyone, almost finished. A few more to go. Have a look at that. I have covered the whole of my robot. Now I'm going to count them. Might take me a little while if you be patient. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. So my number I need to write is 33, a 3 and a 3. And we have squares, and I'll just call them units. So I'm going to write the word units. And do you remember last time what number we put at the end in the air, like a comma? That's right, because we're measuring a 2D shape, we are putting a 2 there. It represents 2 directions of measurement. It's a square. Right, so 33 for this robot. All right, I'm going to start on the other robot. Let's see. All right, I have covered my other robot, and just so that you can see more clearly, I'm going to show you my robot here. So they're all covered. Can you see that? All of the robot is covered on the outside? No, on the inside of the outline. Fantastic. So now let's find out how many squared units there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. So how many were there? There were 33. And we write it in how many squares? Then we called them units. I didn't have books, I had units. And we write squared because we are measuring a 2D shape. All right, so I can get rid of all my little squares. They were my units. And let's compare the two. So this was my first robot. How many units squared were there? Everyone see that? 33. That's right. So he's a nice big robot there. 33. And the next one, wonder if he's bigger because he was quite tall. How many? Oh, you're right. He's 33 units squared as well. I know. Do you mean to say they're the same? But they're not the same. Look, they're different shapes. What can you tell me about that? They have the same area. That doesn't sound right. But that's what I counted. They're both 33. So what can we tell from doing that? We know that even though shapes might look different, they might be taller, or they might be longer, or they might have lots of knobbly bits and one might be just a square. We know then that they could be the same. I'm going to get you to make some shapes that are the same but look different. Maybe you can even try and trick some people to think that they are different areas. For your activity now, I'd like you to find some squares. So if you have some Lego that are squares, fantastic. If you have Unifix cubes, they don't have to be flat, just one area has to be a square. Or you might have blocks and the blocks are square on the bottom. You can use anything that has a square base and place them down. You might have 10. Try and keep them a smaller number like 10 or 12, or even smaller. You can have maybe 8. Once you've found those objects, maybe 10 objects that are square, then you're going to make a shape. Once you've made the shape, you're going to trace it, take off your squares and have a look, and you might even have a texter and trace over that so that you've got one outline, so that you've got an inside area which you can count. I'd like you to make sure that you count, put the number next to it. So if you had 10 squares, you put 10, might be Lego, and then put the little 2 at the top. If you can make 1, I'd like you to make another one using the same number, but a different shape. So you need to make at least 2 shapes that have the same number of units squared or Lego squared. If you can make more, fantastic. I wonder how many you could make from that number of units. All right, I'd love to see them. Have fun.